Ginny again. So I'm going to do my third ATC now for this swap that I'm doing. And again, this is the theme of texture. So to start with, what I thought I'd do with this one is use a napkin, which is very pretty napkin with flowers on it. I thought I'd use that, glue that down onto the ATC, onto the card, because it already has a really nice textural pattern on the edging of it, and I thought that if once that's glued down, that will also have a nice texture to it as well. So I'll just remove this backing, which there's appears to only be one layer of the backing on this one. Some of them have two. Oh, you can see the oh, I hope you can see that close up, the textural pattern. If not, I'll take a photo and put it on at the end of this so you can see it. It's beautiful. It's like little raised dots. It's a shame that that's not on the other side. The dots are inverted here on this side. So what I want is a nice picture of the flowers, because what I'm planning to do is outline these flowers so that it is more textural as well by doing that. So I want a fair bit of flower and leaf. It's a bit tricky, and to try and get the that textural pattern on the edging as well. I might have to go with this one, I think. Yeah. Alright, so I'll get my little pot of glue and my brush. I don't know if you've noticed, but I tend to favour these nylon brushes more than the others that I have. I just really like them. They're great little brushes. They've got a really nice softness to them. They work really well with a lot of things, and as long as you keep cleaning them and look after them, they won't deteriorate like a wooden handled brush will, particularly if you leave it in the water, which is not a good thing to do to brushes, but it happens. You know, we get sidetracked by what we're doing, and you know, it's no fun rushing out to clean brushes perfectly when you're in the middle of doing something. So I'll stick this down, and I want a few wrinkles in there actually, if I can get them, because that adds to the texture, but I don't want too many. Yeah, that's come up nicely. I'm really sorry about the lighting. It's bad. I've got a horrible feeling it is going to be worse in summertime as the sun moves over. I'm hoping you can see that alright there with me shining the light right up close to it. Yeah, I might have to get another stronger light, I think. Alright, so I will quickly zap that with the hairdryer. Oh dear, it was on the ground. Oh. Alright, I'll switch off while I do this. Alright, back again. It's all dried up. and it's got a little bit of crinkly bits in it, which is nice. Now what I want to do next is a very long and tedious process. So what I might do is show you how I start off and then come back after I've finished it, because you know it's hours and hours of work. Well, maybe an hour. So what I do is got a bit of paint, white paint on the side of a plate, and I've got a little toothpick, cocktail stick, whatever you call it. And what I want to do is outline the flowers in white, and then I'll do the same with the leaves in green, so that the outline is raised up and textural, so it looks nice and you can feel it as well. So all I do is dip the stick in some paint and then very carefully put it down on the edge, and then just keep doing that over and over and over, moving along and around the flower. Now that will dry and probably flatten out a little bit, so then I'll go over it again, do a second, maybe a third or fourth layer, so that it's raised up. And hopefully looks good. I've done this before with something else. I did hair, a mermaid's hair, and the effect was quite good, I think. So I don't even know if you're, oops, I spilled it then. I don't even know if you're able to see this anyway, because it looks very dark in the viewfinder. So yeah, I'm going to continue with this, and I'll come back when I've done all the outlining and show you what it's like. Okay, that's done now. For some reason the lighting's looking better now. Maybe it's the position of the sun. Anyway, I went around the edges of the flowers. I don't know, hopefully you can see there that it's raised up, the texture. I did about 4 layers around the flowers, but I only did one around the edges of the leaves. So next thing I did was I've stamped out a butterfly on some bull text, and I'm going to cut that out now and stick that on. The only other thing I'm thinking of doing at the moment is perhaps putting some glitter on the flowers, just as another layer of texture, I guess. Now I'm thinking I'll leave this butterfly plain, because I want the book text to show through, but we'll see. I might change my mind and colour it in with a bit of watercolour or something. We'll see how it looks. Just sitting on the page as it is now. Yeah. I've lost my good small scissors. I don't know where they've gone to. They're good for doing cutting out very small things like this. These things are awkward. But that's all I've got for the moment, until I can find the others. Honestly, don't know where they've gone. I've looked everywhere I can think of where I last used them. I don't even know if I've been on the camera, sorry. Not that this is terribly exciting thing to watch. What do you call it? Fussy cutting? Never heard of that before until I started watching YouTube videos on art and craft. And at first I didn't know what people were talking about, you know, fussy cut, thinking, what's that? I don't know what it is now. Alright, let's round off that sharp bit there. And it's a bit tricky about its little antenna. I'll try and cut a bit out around them so they show up. Oops. Just cut that off at the back. Ooh. I've left a bit there that doesn't look too good. Let's see if I can get it off without losing the little antenna. Yeah, I did good. So I was thinking butterfly could sit there. I might raise him up off the card a bit using these sticky foam pieces. One piece, I think. Yeah, I'll get out the glitter. I think I do want to put, I've got here what's called poster paint, glitter paint, but it's clear and it's very much like glue, glitter glue, so that's how I use it. I've used it for quite a few things. It's really nice. When I've done paper beads, sorry about my chair, I've done a final coating. Oh look at the paint on my fingernail. See how easily distracted I am? It's ridiculous. What was I saying about this? Yeah, doing a final coat on paper beads makes them look really nice. They're yeah, it decorates them nicely. Yeah, I've moved the camera over closer to the window, so it seems to be picking up the light better now. This brush is a bit big, I think. Might change to a smaller one that I can work with better. And I'll tip some of this into the lid. Yeah, it's like a really runny glue. And it dries, it's clear and dries, and all you can see is the glitter then. You can't see that it's immersed in anything. Oh, that's lovely and sparkly. This napkin came in I think another ATC swap, you know, as part of the goodies that we all send each other. Somebody sent me, which is really lovely. I wouldn't know where to get napkins from around here, and I've never seen any fancy like this with decorations on them, only just the plain ones, or fancy Christmas ones. That's the only ones I've seen. So yeah, it's nice to have something different. Oh yeah, that's really pretty. Camera just clicked off, so in that time I took advantage and dried this glitter stuff up. I'm hoping if I move it about you might be able to see the sparkle. Maybe if I turn the light on. Oh, it's not plugged in. Just a minute, I'll be back. Right. Ooh, that's very bright now, maybe too bright. Can you see the sparkle there? It's not showing up on the viewfinder for me. Anyway, I shall keep going. That's really nice and bright. I'll keep going on this, and what I've decided to do, I've pulled out my super cheap watercolour paints. I think they're a children's set actually. I just thought I'd just give that butterfly a little bit of colour. So give a bit of a purple. Assuming that it works. Oh, it's hard to make sure if I'm on the camera or not now because I've moved it. Right. Right over there. This book paper probably isn't the best thing to use watercolours on. Alright, I shall give that a dry. Alright, back in a minute. Okay, so that's done now. It didn't turn out all that great, but it's okay. So yeah, I just take one of these little foam things, if I can find where I've put it. I have to cut another piece off because I lost them. It's awkward not having any thumbnails at the moment. I realise how much I use my nails when I don't have them. Don't stick to me, stick to the butterfly. So put a little foam pad on there. And stick that on. Excuse me a second. That was hubby bringing me a cup of tea, which is nice. Okay, so got the butterfly with the sticky pad, and I'm going to stick it on there. Oops. There. Now, I'm thinking that might be it, but I'm not 100% sure. I might think of something else to put on there a bit later. So for the meantime, I will do the inking, and if I decide to put something else on it, I'll show it in the photo that I do at the end if I don't come back here to the video, because I might forget. Yeah, I'm still undecided as to whether I put some form of wording on there. So that's it for now, and I'll bring in the other two that I made. And that's the three of them. I hope you enjoyed my rambling process, trying to get these figured out. Okay, so that's it until another video, which will be soon, because I've got stuff happening. Okay, bye for now. Back again quickly, I just wanted to show you, can't remember if I had already shown you these ATCs once I'd finished them. So I did two of those. This one, which I think was a bit of a schmozzle, I didn't really like that one that much. I did this one with the napkin in the background, some glitter and a butterfly. And I started doing another one, but I haven't finished that one yet. And then I looked at them and I thought, for the texture swap, I'm not that happy with them. And also I went back and read the instructions for the swap and thought, oh, perhaps I sort of took the wrong take on it, because it was more about playing with texture and colours, and it's supposed to be more of an abstract thing. So I had another go at doing them, and the outcome I really like, and I'll show you now. What I did with these is I did the same tissue paper in the background, and with the copper, I think, paint sort of highlighting the ridges. And for the other bits of texture, I used old bits, like this is a piece of an old shoe, the tread on the bottom of the shoe. I used that to, in the, sorry for umming all the time, modelling paste, dip that in and then sort of press that onto the page, and it left some really good markings there. I also used this, which is the inside of an old basketball, and it's got raised dots there, and I actually used both sides, so you get the fibrous texture and the dot texture, and dip them in the moulding paste as well, and place them in various places on the card. And then I sprayed them with just some inks that I made myself out of permanent markers and rubbing alcohol, and I finished it off by spraying a bit of gold paint, which is also the same thing with the alcohol and that in a spray bottle. So I made 3 of these, and although they're not exactly the same, they're all very, very similar, and I'm really pleased with how they turned out. So I will be sending these to my swap partners because I think they're sort of more appropriate to the swap. So I just thought I'd show you those. They're all my ATCs that I've made. And yeah, that's all I wanted to show you. Okay, bye for now. Thanks for watching.